Good evening, students. Today we are going to learn a small topic from the lesson Production and Employment. Today, you know what is GDP, and today shares of different sectors in GDP in two different financial years. So here the agriculture sector shown by green color, okay, industrial sector shown by pink color, and this violet color, blue color and yellow color were shown by service sector. These are different subsectors in service activities. These three are belongs to service sectors. Okay, here we have two different the GDP of two different years. So in 1972-73, the agriculture sector occupied 43% in our GDP. In 1972-73 GDP, 43% occupied by agriculture sector. But when we compare in 2015-16 GDP, it drastically fallen. It has fallen drastically from 43% to 19%. So the share of agriculture sector has fallen drastically. And whereas in industries, in 1972-73, industrial sector occupied 22%. Its share uh, was 22%. But when compared to 2015-16 graph in GDP, it slightly increased. Yes, it was a slight small increase happened in the output of industrial sector, that is from 22 to 28%. Only just 6% increased. But in service sectors and subsectors in service activities has taken lot of increase, tremendous increase we can observe in the subsectors of service activities. For example, 2 out of 3 subsectors in service activities has expanded highly. For example, in uh, in this finance, insurance and real estate, which is shown by yellow color. Here in 1972-73 but GDP, it was only 8%, but in 2015-16 it occupied 22%. Lot of increase we can observe. And in trade, hotels, transport, communication, it was in 1972-73 only 15%, but here it has 19%. It occupied 19%. A slight increase also happened, but a lot of increase happened in the community, in the finance, insurance and real estate. It is also one of the subsectors in service activities. And in community, social and personal services, there is no rapid change. Even there is no change. It occupied only 12% in 1972-73 budget. In the same way, it occupied in 2015-16 budget. It occupied the same amount of share. There is no change. But in these two subsectors, 2 out of 3, in these two subsectors, a lot of tremendous change happened. This is shown by these pie graphs, how the different sectors, every economy divided into three sectors. Three sectors occupies the GDP. So in this 1972-73 GDP and 2015-16 GDP, how these different sectors they contributed their shares. Which sector which sector has increased a lot? The service sector increased a lot. But which sector decreased? Agriculture sector decreased from 43 to just 19%. So industrial sector, it is slightly increased. This is the information about the shares of different sectors in GDP in two different financial years. Okay, students.